everybody!
I'm not here
Oh,
yet.
she's not here yet.
Scoot over. Okay, go.
Hey everybody! It's us. We're here with a new segment on Kylie's channel called
What's it called?
Dinner with Dad.
Okay,
Dinner with Dad. Dinner
Okay.
with Dad. So we're gonna make dinner. We're gonna be making dinner, and it includes this lemon. So do you have any ideas of what we might be making tonight?
Lemonade!
Lemonade. That's a good guess. That's not correct, but it does include
Lemon
lemons in it.
chicken!
Lemon chicken, another good guess. And that's not too far off, actually. We're going to be making something called chicken piccata. And it has to do with chicken and lemon.
You said Pasadena like an hour
I did
ago.
not say Pasadena. I believe it's because you were just, am I supposed to get up now? What time is it?
I don't
It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You're waking me up so early.
It's not even 3 o'clock. You woke me up at 2.
No, 2. Oh my gosh. Oh.
I know. Less than 12 hours of sleep.
So anyway, we do have a recipe for this.
From what book?
From a cookbook.
What cookbook?
They're not paying us.
What's it called? America's Best Loved Community Recipes. Better Homes and Gardens.
I thought you said that was called recipes.
Recipes.
Recipes. So there is a recipe for chicken piccata in here on page 304. We're going to be following that for the most part. We might make some changes. Actually, we're definitely going to make some changes because of the ingredients that we have, and we decided to get the lemon at the last minute. It's not needed for the recipe. It is part of the ingredients list, but you can just use lemon juice. You don't actually have to use a fresh lemon if you don't want to.
Then why are we using a fresh lemon?
Because Mama decided to go to the store at the last minute, and she asked, "Do we need anything?" I said, "All right, get a lemon."
Okay.
It's really going to be used more for a garnish.
We're getting fancy, are we?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So we're off. So first thing we need to do is we need to get some chicken. In the meantime, I'm going to get a cutting board.
What does it look like?
It looks like it does not look like chicken. I can tell you that.
Wait. I think this is it. Yes.
Cutting board. You're gonna get a knife.
A knife. Sometimes things are in the freezer, you know.
All right. So we have some chickens, and we are using boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And we're using the butcher's best. It's the best stuff they have. Apparently.
Really?
I don't know. So we're gonna cut this open and get some chicken breasts out of here now. What they used to do is they used to take this chicken breast, and you can see how thick it is. It's probably about just over an inch thick. And all of them are that way. Actually, this is more of a thinner one. This is a little bit thicker, probably about an inch and an eighth, inch and a quarter. And what they used to do is they used to take a little kitchen implement, which I believe is in this drawer, which is one of Kylie's favorite kitchen instruments. It's a cooking mallet. And they used to pound this thing until it got to be really, 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 really thin.
Yeah,
why? We are gonna do it because it cooks better and it makes it a little bit more tender. So we are going to be doing that, but we're not going to do that starting with this. We're going to cut this in half first. So I don't know if they can see this, but we're gonna.
Here, I'll tilt it down then.
I'm gonna cut this in half a little bit.
Oh, that's how they do it on Cooking Mama. That's where all my cooking experience is from. The DS game Cooking Mama.
Okay, so we're gonna cut that. I'm gonna do another one here.
Are we cooking all of them?
I don't know. You know, I think we're gonna cut them all in half just to make sure in case we want to cook them all. Now, this recipe calls for 1.5 pounds of chicken.
How much do we have?
We actually have 2 1/3 pounds of chicken, so it's kind of a weird ratio that we're going to be making if we make all of this. But I think maybe we should, because this is one of our favorite meals.
It is it?
So I think we probably should make all of the chicken. Because if there's leftovers, that's okay. We'll finish it up. Now it's really important when you're dealing with raw chicken like this to make sure that you're washing your hands all the time. Make sure you're not getting raw chicken bits all over the place. So you can see that I'm keeping it in the package and on the cutting board and not getting it over anything. So we don't want to do that because that can create really bad things. It could really upset your stomach. It could
send you to the hospital.
It could send you to the hospital. In rare instances, it actually could kill you.
Death.
So you don't want to. You don't want to have to deal with raw chicken. So just whenever you're dealing with raw chicken, just make sure you're washing everything, especially your hands and anything that you're preparing the chicken on. So I'm washing this cutting board right now because I am going to use the cutting board again a little bit later. So I'm just making sure that all of that raw chicken is washed off. But I'm actually going to be using the other side anyway. All right, so we've got our chicken cut in half. We're going to get some plastic wrap.
Stretch tight.
We're using stretch tight today. What we're going to do is we're going to take a piece about that big, wrap it off, and we're going to put it on our cutting board. And we're going to take one of our chicken halves, put it in the middle of the plastic wrap, and I'm going to
let we get to whack it
Kylie
now?
whap it.
With
whack.
what
Now
side?
you want to use the flat side actually. Yeah, you don't want to use either of the tenderizing sides. It's kind of weird. You don't want to use this side. You don't want to use this side. You're actually going to use the flat side, so you can whap it until
like
it gets.
how hard?
Well, all right. So if you look at the chicken now the chicken it's about 1/2 inch to 3/4. So you're going to get it to about half of that size.
Okay. Is that hard enough?
You're going to have to whack it a little bit harder.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. We want to make sure we're on the cutting board first. Okay, you're doing good. That one's just about done. All right.
Mom's probably like, what the heck are they doing
So
down there?
what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a plastic bag, and I've touched the chicken, so I'm not touching the plastic bag with my hand. I'll put my hand inside because that's where the chicken's going to be. And we're going to take that plastic wrap. Can you take the plastic wrap off? Good. And hold the plastic wrap down. We'll take that. We're going to put it in the plastic bag. And we're going to do another one. Okie dokie. Pound away. Alrighty, that one looks to be about done. Hold that down. Stick that one in the bag.
They're so flat now.
They are very flat. So what this is doing is it's breaking up all the little things in the chicken that make it a little bit tougher. I mean, chicken isn't really a tough thing to eat anyway, but this is actually breaking all that apart, so it's actually going to be very, very, very tender.
That one's funny looking. Oh yeah. I did a good job on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Open!
Keep picking up the bottom.
That's why it's not open.
I think
See how nice and thin that is?
I think our pets are concerned.
Well, they may be. All right, so that's all the chicken. We've gotten it all done. So we're gonna throw that away in our handy dandy garbage. We're gonna throw this away in our handy dandy garbage. And we're not gonna throw that away, but we are gonna wash it up. And bear with us for one moment. We're gonna just wash our hands, wash the cutting board, wash the knives, make sure that we don't have any chicken on us, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So we.
You keep saying that before I'm back.
I'm back. Oh look, Kylie's back there. We're back. That's the we and the weird. So we just washed up everything. Make sure we got any raw chicken off of our hands, off of our utensils, cutting board, countertops and everything like that. So we're moving on to let's see. Oh look, we're up to step 3 already. Step 3 in a small bowl.
Boom!
Hope this is big enough.
They said small.
I know, but you know, I was making something once and it said in a small bowl combine this and this and this, and before I knew it, I was like overflowing the bowl.
Wait, are we gonna like be coating them? And stuff?
Don't anticipate, participate.
This is not the end.
What we're doing is we're making a marinade that
Ooh!
we're going to stick on the chicken, and the chicken has to actually sit out for about 30 minutes. That's why we started this so early. Now we're going to double this because we've got almost twice as much chicken. So in a small bowl, combine 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. So that's going to be 4 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Are we doing it from here?
No.
You know, I have lemon juice in my mini fridge if we run out. Anything else?
4 tablespoons. Well, put that.
Usually people get out all the ingredients first. 4 tablespoons?
4 tablespoons.
I can't open that.
Oh, now what are we doing?
You open it! Open it.
Oh, I can't open it either.
Yes, you can.
Did you shake it up?
No. He could have been a chef, people. You closed it too tight.
All right.
I don't have grip on this hand because of my
We
band-aids.
have got grippies.
I know, but I don't need that. I have you. 4?
Can't find the grippies anyway. How many is that so far?
None.
0. Now how many?
None.
None.
This comes out so slow. Dad,
No,
stop!
no, yeah, we're awake. We're awake. And that's
1.
1. Keep going this slow, we're going to forget.
Stop. 2.
Oh, we got the 2. All right, 2.
Oh my god.
Woohoo!
3.
3. You sure that was 3?
Yes, I'm
losing
sure.
count here.
4.
4, okay. 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. What kind of lemon juice did we use? Real lemon, but we're not getting paid by these people, so you don't have to use them if you don't want to.
If you squeezed that and then you tasted that versus this, that would taste better. Because this just tastes like fake.
Fresh always tastes better than what you're going to buy in a supermarket.
Okay, now what?
Always. All right. So now we also need 4 tablespoons of water.
Oh, you want me to do that too? I like the sound effects. You left the sponge in the sink. What was that?
Sounded like a clarinet. I'll
One.
go check on the clarinet.
You always left the sponge in the sink, like when I made cookies. 2. I'll count. Don't worry. 3. 4.
All right. Okay. Pour over the chicken in the bag. We're just going to stir this up a little bit. We're not going to dirty anything else.
Did they say to stir it?
No, I didn't, but I'm just going to stir it up a little bit. Like that. All right, pour it over the chicken in the bag.
You're going to hold the bag for me?
All right, I'll hold the bag for you.
No.
No.
Stop!
Nicely done. Now we're going to take that chicken bag.
The chicken bag.
Chicken bag.
That's gross.
I'm going to zip it. I'm going to get as much air out as we possibly can as we're doing it.
It's like a stress ball.
Stress ball. So we've got our chicken, we've got our lemon juice and water mixture. We're gonna mix to coat.
Mushy, mushy, mushy.
It doesn't actually say mix to coat, but that's really kind of what we're doing.
They're lacking a lot of like
I know.
things that you should be doing.
I'll be sure to put it in my cookbook. Dad's cookbook. All right, so we're just making sure that all the chicken has lemon juice and water on it. And close bag and marinate at room temperature for 30 minutes. So this is where we're going to leave it for 30 minutes. What I'll probably do is in 15 minutes, I'll probably come back and I'll probably just mix it all over again and turn it the other way so that it's just kind of marinating a little bit better than just sitting here this one time. Hey everybody, we're back! Oh, you're back. Hey everybody, we're back! Finally. All right, it's been 30 minutes. Our chicken has been marinating in this nice lemony, watery marinade for the last...
been 30 minutes yet. It didn't be.
29 and a half minutes. I turned it over once at the 15-minute mark. We're just going to leave it in here until it beeps, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So in the meantime, while we were waiting for this to marinate, we got out all of the other supplies that we're going to need, we think. And the first thing that we're going to...
Stay now, it's 30 minutes.
Alexa, stop timer. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to dredge this in a flour mixture. So we're going to need a shallow bowl.
You want me to get that?
Yes, please get that. It's on over there. A shallow bowl. We have a purple shallow bowl. Because we like purple. And
Flour.
apparently we're going to need flour.
You said flour mixture.
Oh yeah. All right, so let's see. So we are step 4. In a shallow dish, stir together half a cup of flour, but we're gonna use like 3/4 of a cup because remember we almost doubled it. So let's use 3/4 of a cup. Here's a 1/4 cup. You can use 3 of those. Oh no, this is cooking with Dad, not here, Dad. You cook and I'll just kind of stand here and look pretty. 1.
You're doing the scary parts though.
2. Okay. 3/4 cup of flour. We're gonna need salt and pepper. Salt, salt, salt. Half a teaspoon of salt.
So you want to tell them what kind of salt we're using?
We are using iodized because we want a little bit more iodine in our diet. We have all sorts of salt in this house. We have non-iodized, we have iodized, we have kosher, we have sea, we have Himalayan.
We technically have rock salt too.
We have rock salt.
How
we have
much?
lots of salt. I don't know. Let's see. We are going to use salt, salt, salt. Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. Oh, jeez. Is that enough?
Yeah, that's enough.
Is that too much?
No.
All right. We're going to have very salty chick piccata. All right, and pepper, we're going to use a half a teaspoon of pepper.
Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. Or you can just whoa it in again if you want.
I couldn't.
You could have used the 1/4 and done twice.
I wasn't gonna though.
Of course not. All right, is that everything? So we need to mix that together.
Can't even see the pepper anymore.
It's all down there. See? No, see? You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. You could do this in a regular bowl if you wanted to. You could do it in a food processor if you wanted to. Just make sure that it's mixed up good. You don't want...
Why would you do this in a food processor?
Well, lazy people.
Yeah, but then you have to clean it.
Then you have to clean the food processor. I know. Everything you use, you're going to have to clean. So you just want to make sure that it's all mixed. That you're not getting big clumps of salt or big clumps of pepper or big clumps of flour. Really the salt. Since we actually have a little bit of extra salt, we want to make sure that that's all mixed in there. And it's nice, you can see all the little black pepper flakes in there. You see that? Little black pepper flakes all over.
Look at that.
All right, so we are going to dip the chicken in the flour mixture to coat. That's what we're going to do. And then we're going to cook it up in the skillet. And we're going to make that. So this is going to take a while to do because our skillet is only so big. We have so much chicken. So I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to coat a couple of these and put them on a plate using our Heartland plates. They're not paying us. And do you want to do the coating?
No, I want you to.
You want me to?
My hand is impaired.
What's wrong with your hand?
I got a blister on it.
Tell your peeps what you did.
Okay, so on this finger, I played too much ukulele, like plucking, so I got a blister on the tip of my finger.
You're showing your peeps your middle finger? Is that what?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I am.
Nice. You didn't stick it up for them to say, I hope.
No.
Okay, just check. So we're going to take some chicken out. We're going to take our favorite piece right here. Oh, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's gross looking.
I'm going to stick it in the... Whoa!
You
Easy
just
killer.
made mess.
We're going to flip it over. Make sure that the entire thing is coated because we're going to fry this up in a skillet. So we want to make sure that every part of it's coated. Just put it in, flip it around, flip it around, flip it around, flip it around.
Does it smell good?
It does, actually. It smells like lemon.
Funny.
Can you smell a lemon? No.
They haven't invented that yet.
Yeah, they should. All right, so we're gonna coat all this, and then, so what we're also going to be doing at the same time that we're cooking all this chicken up is we're going to be cooking up the side that goes with this. And the side that we're going to be cooking
Pasta!
is pasta. What kind of pasta are we going to be cooking up?
Isn't it angel hair?
We're going to be cooking up angel hair. It's my favorite angel hair pasta. It's my favorite pasta. Angel hair pasta. I don't like regular spaghetti. Regular spaghetti is a little too thick for me. I like the nice thin pasta. So that's what we're going to be using.
You know, this is technically expired by 1 day.
It's right, February 2019.
Because today's March 1st. This is our angel hair. You said you weren't going to coat all of them all at once.
You know, I got into it and having fun here. Hopefully they won't stick together on this plate. And then I only have to wash my hands once. Alright, so there we go. We've got all of our chicken coated. Alright, Kylie, so why don't you get the pot out there? We're going to make the spaghetti in.
Boom! Ew, it dripped on me!
Oh my goodness, water. Ew, water dripped. Ew.
Yucky. You made such a mess.
Yeah, but sorry, I have a good helper here
Yeah,
to clean up. Oh, alright, so we're going to heat oil, which is, we're going to be using olive oil tonight. Olive oil is a little bit better for you than vegetable oil, so we're going to use olive oil. That's actually what's in the recipe is olive oil. So we're going to be cooking olive oil. Going to be using a little bit of butter. Going to be cooking the chicken. 6 to 8 minutes or until lightly browned. No pink remains. Turning once. And we're going to transfer it to a warm serving platter.
How do you get a warm serving platter?
Well, what we're going to do is we're going to get a... I'll show you what we're going to get. We're going to get... look at that! We don't have any serving platters!
What are you looking for?
A serving platter!
You know,
No, I'm
what?
looking for like the Corellware, like the little dish with the lid. It's got the blue flowers on the side.
I don't know what that is.
Of course.
Oh wait, did you check the dishwasher?
Now she suggests it.
Wait, this?
Yeah! Oh my goodness me.
One of us is using their brain.
Now, who's supposed to empty the dishwasher?
Nobody's supposed to. No.
Oh, what?
I'm not required to empty the dishwasher. I do it as a nice favor to Mom.
This is where we're going to put the chicken in when it's cooked. And we're going to be making
Angel hair.
Why don't you fill it up halfway with water?
Halfway.
Halfway with water. Oh, like 3 hours. Mama just yelled down from upstairs, can I ask what the ETA is for dinner? It probably about 40 minutes or so.
Okay.
That's great. That's exactly halfway, I think. That's perfect.
Ready? I have a life hack for you. Ready? Instead of cooking angel hair, look. Here
Here is
some angel hair.
Ooh, here. This will
No,
look nice.
no.
No? Alright. We're going to turn our spaghetti pot on back here. We have to make sure that we turn the correct one on because we've got other stuff over there we don't want to melt. Not that that's ever happened before. When you cook spaghetti or any kind of pasta, you should really salt the water. That's plenty. Whoa, I can see how that just comes out.
I told you.
You should really salt the water for your pasta so that the pasta absorbs a little bit of the saltiness. It makes it taste a little bit better. And can you hand me the red implement, please? Yes. The best thing to do is to use a spaghetti measure. Now, Mama bought this little microwave spaghetti thing. This is the lid of it, but it's got a bottom, which I would highly suggest not using. In fact, we're not using it. We're going to do it in a pot. But what we are using is we're using the spaghetti measure, and this is for one person, and this is for two people. And if you've never used one of these before, it's pretty easy. This is not on yet, so I can put that there. You open up the box of spaghetti. You dump some out. And you're taking your hand. Do it all nice and together. And you just put it in here. And everything that goes in, that's for two people. Everything that doesn't is not for two people. So there you go. That's two people's worth. Since there's three of us, we're going to do three people's worth. And
even though we're making chickens?
Even though we're making chicken, yeah. So what I always do is I just take it and I break it in half like this. So if it's in the pot, better. And we're going to get a little bit more spaghetti. And measure that up, and that's very close. So we're going to stick that in, and we're going to let that boil. I think the recipe says to wait for it to boil, but it doesn't matter. As long as you cook it long enough, that's fine. So that's off setting to boil, and so now we're going to do the chicken. And so we need some olive oil. Does it say how much olive oil we're supposed to use? Anywhere over there?
2 tablespoons olive oil or cooking oil.
2 tablespoons, okay. So we're going to measure that out. 2 tablespoons.
You did not measure that.
It's about 2. And then does it say how much butter I'm supposed to put in the bottom of that too? 1 tablespoon. Now we're going to need more of this probably as we go along. But we'll start with the correct measurements, or approximate. Let that heat up. Let that heat up. And we'll start cooking. All right, I got some handy dandy tongs here that we're going to use to flip the chicken with. We're setting up nice here. This is almost melted. I'm also going to get a flipper. Get your favorite flipper. A lot of people call these spatulas. This is not a spatula. This is a flipper. I don't know why people call them spatulas.
What's the difference?
Spatulas. This is used to flip things. I wonder how it got its name. Spatula. This is a spatula. They're vastly different. This is for, you can mix or get things out of the bowl. That's for flipping things. Mix this up. Make sure it
smells good.
Getting nice and hot. If you want your spaghetti to cook a little bit quicker, you can put a lid on it, but then you have to wash the lid. So we're not doing that right now. You do want to make sure that you stir the spaghetti while it's cooking though.
Otherwise it tries to get stuck.
Yeah, it gets stuck. So we're going to get our favorite handy dandy wooden spoon. And stirring around a little bit as it cooks. You also want to make sure that the water in the spaghetti doesn't boil over. Alright, so you see we're getting some bubbles in here, which means that that's getting nice and hot. Just about ready to start cooking our chicken. Alright, so we have our, right here, get this ready. Alrighty, you know what, can you give me a fork please, Kylie? This way I don't have to touch the chicken with my hand, thank you. I'm gonna stick one of those puppies right in there. Alright, one of these right here. Now the recipe says do half at a time. Well, guess what? We have too much chicken to do half at a time, so we're doing what fits in the pan. Or the skillet.
What's the difference?
I don't know that there is a difference. What's the difference? Anybody know? Comment down below. Pasta's softening up. Still not to a boil yet. I'll get there. Ooh, can you hear it? Can you guys hear that? Probably not. It's starting to sizzle. So we're going to cook these, so I don't know, maybe about 5 minutes on each side or so. Really just want to make sure that they're brown, that they're cooked through. You definitely don't want to serve chicken that's still pink. It should be white when it's done. If you really wanted to make sure that it's safe, you can get one of these handy dandy kitchen thermometers and stick it in there. I think poultry is supposed to be at, I don't know, 170? Something like that. I don't know. Does it say it on here? No, look that up. That's nothing for you to Google. You're on the computer right now anyway, right? So check that out.
Or on the phone.
Or on the phone. Fill it up a little bit.
Aren't you supposed to throw it at something to make sure it's ready?
Yep. We'll do that. And then we wait for this to cook. Follow the directions on your spaghetti box to know how long to cook that. And again, you should probably bring the water to a boil before you put the spaghetti in, but it doesn't really matter too much. I'm sure some people say, oh, yes it does, because then this, but you know what, it doesn't really matter. And this should just be about ready to flip over as well. I'm going to just pick that up a little bit. Not quite yet, almost. I'm going to take the strand out, just like this. Wait for it to cool off just a little bit. I'm going to grab it. And as Kylie said, this is her favorite part. We're going to take it, we're going to throw it against the wall, and if it sticks, it's ready. But did you see it just bounced off? So it's not quite ready yet. All right, so these are just about ready to go. Let's take a look. That's good. Flip that puppy over. When you flip it over, make sure you don't splash all that hot oil out at you, because it's very hot and very painful. So just be careful when you're flipping them over. Nicey nice. Looking good. Okay, so we're starting to lose our boil on our spaghetti. We're just going to turn the heat up just a little bit more on that. Make sure we get all the oil and everything on both of these pieces. I'm going to push it into the center a little bit. And we're going to check that spaghetti again. Get a little piece on here. No one wants to come on this phone. Here we go. Got a piece here. I don't have a piece here. Got a piece here. Throw it against the...
Where'd it go?
Oh, I don't know. It bounced off again, so it's not quite ready, but just about ready. Alright. We've got our little piece of spaghetti here. And throw it against the wall. And it's still bouncing off. So I'm gonna, lost a piece. Lost a piece. Lost a piece. Lost a piece.
Dad!
Got a piece. So I'm just gonna taste this and see if it's done. Could just use another minute or so. See if our chickies are done here. Oh, these are looking good. We need a little bit more oil and butter in the pan, but those are looking nice. Everything's turned white. Nice light brown, that's good. And our spaghetti is done. So we're gonna drain that. Kylie's gonna do that off camera. These 2 pieces of chicken are done, so we're gonna stick those in our little warming casserole dish. There you go, Kylie. All right, so we're gonna put some more water. Some more oil, some more butter. In there, let that. I don't know if you can see this, but you're starting to get these little black droppings on there, which is really good. You're gonna want that for later.
Black dragons?
So they're like little pieces of flour that are starting to get in the pan, and that's all good stuff. We want to make sure that we hang on to that. Don't throw it away because it's going to flavor the chicken later on, and I'll show you where we do that a little bit later. But you can see those. That's all the yummy stuff right there. Next piece in. And then the next piece in. All right, so we drained our spaghetti, put it in our serving dish. I put a couple tablespoons of butter on there to melt. I also put some oregano on there. I put some cheese. I want to use Parmesan cheese, but we didn't have that.
Yeah, you know why?
No.
Because you ate it.
But we had, oh, this is Parmesan. All right, so Parmesan. So we use Parmesan. I was expecting like the grated stuff, not this kind of stuff. So we're gonna let that sit. So that's gonna be our side. All right, so we let the butter melt a little bit, and just mix that up. Make sure that we have enough of everything that we put in here, and mix it up. I can tell that the spaghetti is a little dry, so we're gonna add. I think we're gonna add a little bit of butter. I think we're gonna add a little bit of oil as well. Because it's just a little dry.
It's like a big knot.
And we want it to be a little bit looser than this. So we're gonna add a little bit more butter. Then we'll add a little bit of oil. Olive oil. And a little bit more butter, and we're gonna mix that in, and we're gonna put some oregano in. That's nice flavor. It goes really well with the chicken piccata. So we're gonna let the butter melt, and we'll wish it around again a little bit. All right, so we let this melt a little bit. Throw all this in. This is loosening up nicely, which means that there's enough liquid in here between the oil and the butter. And we just need to stir this around enough so that all the oregano gets mixed in properly. All right, so there's one last step while we're finishing up the chicken. Kylie's going to make the sauce that goes on top of the chicken piccata. So in a small bowl, this is step 6 if you're following along. Stir together 3/4 a cup of water. 3/4 a cup of water. 3/4 cup of water. All right, and the white wine. Now, I didn't tell you about this. If you are underage and making this for your parents, they will probably not have a problem if you say, hey, I need white wine for a recipe that I'm making. We're using the jailed wine, as Kylie likes to call it. The Pinot Grigio is one of my favorites. However, if you ask your parents for 2 bottles of wine for a recipe,
they might be a little suspicious.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to fly. But it doesn't need a lot in the recipe, and I'll let you open that.
I'm not opening that.
I got to tend to the chicken. All right, I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay, so the wine. My hands are all covered with butter. And how much do we need? We need 1/3 cup. Oh, you know what? Let's make like 1.5 because we have extra chicken. So you put 3 of those in, so put like another 1.5 of those in. So how much wine did we say?
You didn't say it.
1/3 cup.
But are we doing that much, or are we doing
Well,
more?
you know. You can never have too much wine, right? I thought you were doing this. So that's what the rest of the wine is for. This wine goes, especially Pinot Grigio, goes very, very nicely with this meal. So you get to use the rest of the bottle for having, well, not you, unless you're of age. Oh, bouillon. All right, so we need chicken bouillon. We have, oh, by the way, if for whatever reason you didn't want to use the white wine, you can substitute white wine. You can substitute it with chicken stock or chicken broth. They sell cans of chicken broth that you can use. There's no noodles in this. I don't know why they have noodles on here. It's like a liquid that tastes like chicken. Or if you use a lot of chicken broth, you can buy in big containers like this. Chicken broth, chicken stock, same thing. So in case you didn't want to use the wine, you could use chicken stock instead. So we need bouillon cube, or we don't have cubes, we have powder. So we need about 1 3/4 teaspoons.
Into the bowl?
Into the bowl. All right, so just mix that up just a little bit. You can reuse this. This didn't touch the chicken, so we can reuse that. If you didn't have the chicken bouillon, you know what you could use?
Ramen noodle spice packet.
The ramen noodle spice packet from a chicken ramen noodle chicken flavor. You can use that little spice pack. That will work perfectly in there. If you didn't have any of that, you kind of had luck. You should have read the instructions ahead of time and bought what you needed. All right, so we're finishing up the chicken. This is ready to go. This is going to be added to what's left in the pan. Remember I was mentioning all those little brown nuggets of goodness? This is going to go to the pan. We're going to thicken it up. It's going to make a really, really, really nice sauce to go on top of the chicken piccata. And then we're pretty much finished except for the cleanup. All right, so while we're waiting for the chicken to finish, and before we can add this to our drippings, we're going to just get ready for the last bit of this. Let's clean up our little mess here. And what we're actually going to do also is what we started with. Remember Mr. Lemon? So we're going to take our lemon and we're going to cut it in half. That way. And half of this we're going to add to our drippings, and the other half we're going to use as a garnish. So we're going to use this side as a garnish. So we're going to just cut these into little tiny slices. Like this. And garnish. And then this side we're going to stick into the drippings. I'll show you how to do that in a little bit.
So what does this do?
So this is we're going to add the flour. I was expecting the flour to be added to the drippings after we poured this in to thicken it.
Teaspoons?
But we're going to, yeah. So we're going to add the flour directly to this. And then we'll add the entire thing in there and we'll just thicken it on the stove.
6 teaspoons.
Excelente. All right, so we finished our chicken. We've got lots of splattering from what we made. We're going to take Kylie's concoction that she just whipped up here with the flour and the water and chicken bouillon. Got one more little stir there. I'm gonna pour that in here. And you see all those little bits of everything, all that goodness? Make sure that you get all that. Scrape it off the bottom. It's like you're making like scrambled eggs or something. Make sure you get all of that off the bottom of the pan because you want that flavor in your sauce. You can see this is starting to thicken up already. We're going to let this thicken up. Look how thick that is getting already. It's from that flour that we put in. It's almost like a turkey gravy, right? Let that thicken up a little bit. Okay, you see where now it's starting to bubble up a little bit, and that's good. That means it's thickening. So we're going to just let this thicken up just a little bit more. Lemon goes in after this is thickened because we don't want to lose that lemon flavor. The lemon flavor is really the key part of the chicken piccata. Probably want to cook it about 45 seconds to a minute after it starts to bubble up like this. But you can see it goes quickly. And if by accident it gets too thick, you know what? Just add some more water. All right, Kylie, I'm gonna bring the lemon over, and I need a fork to go with it, a big fork. So here's the other half of the lemon. Remember, we cut the one side for garnish into little slices. And the easiest way to juice this, to stick it in there, I'm gonna turn the heat off on this, is to stick a fork in it. And squeeze it onto the fork, or squeeze it in the fork, and just kind of mush the fork around in there, and that helps get all of the lemon juice out. And just kind of be careful of the seeds. You really don't want seeds in here. And a couple of those escaped, so we're gonna get those out. There's a couple here. Get those out. Another one. Get that out. And Kylie, can you smell this now? Tell them what this smells like now.
I like lemon.
Yeah, it smells like lemon. It smells really, really, really good. So we're gonna just stir that up a little bit more. We're ready to serve this. All right, so we got a serving platter. We got our chicken. If you wanted to, you could have put this in the oven at like 200 degrees to keep it warm, but it actually stayed quite warm in this tray. Oop. You don't really want it this dark. You want it lighter like this or like this. These first pieces came out. I think the reason that these last pieces came out so dark is because they were the last pieces and I had all of the drippings and everything like that from the first pieces. So you really kind of want it lighter like this. And then take some lemons. We just throw those on as little garnishes. And to really make it look nice, is we get a little parsley and we just sprinkle that on just a little bit more than that. To give it a little bit of color, a little bit more than that. Oh, that parsley just doesn't want to come out. There we go. That, make it nicey nice. And that's chicken piccata.
Okay, so we have our chicken and our sauce and our pasta. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you have anything else or ideas of things you want us to make. And hit that subscribe button. Turn on my post notifications. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!